Chapter 3, Part 10 of the full Wuhan virus report. In this part, I'd like to answer the question of why is the United States such a statistical anomaly right now? As I had mentioned before, a long time back, that we are, less than 4% of the world's population, yet we have more than 20%, 26% of the COVID deaths. That's weird, right? Explain that. We're a more technologically advanced country and we have one of the better medical systems in the world. Why no Wuhan fizzle in the United States? Everywhere else has got it going on. Every other country has the Wuhan fizzle. Infections down, deaths plummeting. We're getting crushed by this COVID monster here. Crushed. Ours is going the opposite direction. It's inexplicable, to be honest with you. Look, if I was to put this in perspective for you guys, and you're probably not going to believe me when I say this, but you can look this statistic up, it is true. Diarrhea kills 1.6 million people on planet Earth every single year, believe it or not. Diarrheal bacteria. 1.6 million die. Not in the U.S., in plenty of underdeveloped countries, yeah, it's a big problem. Yet they're successfully beating COVID and we're not. Go figure. And I got it. China has lied extremely bad about all their statistics and their reporting. And that skews everything to the ridiculous degree. But even tossing them aside, that still doesn't explain why the United States is doing so poorly. And unfortunately, here we are left with a bunch of other unanswered questions like that one. Why are we a statistical anomaly? I don't know. I can't answer that question for you guys. How about all the other ones we got that are still unanswered? Is this virus airborne? Nobody seems to know. Like I said to you, if we're close, poorly ventilated spaces is a way to spread. I would think that it's somewhat airborne. I don't know if that's called airborne or whatever they call it, the air droplets. I don't know. But we don't have an answer to that question yet. Can asymptomatic people spread this? You get 100 different answers on that. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, we don't know what the degree is. And 40 weeks in, we don't know. Are children carriers? No, I don't know that either. All the European schools are back in without an issue, but somehow we don't have an answer to this. How do you treat it? Still no treatment for it, guys. Again, I'm not a big vaccine guy. That to me hasn't, but there's got to be something along the way. I mean, millions of people have been infected by this. We have no idea. Look, all I'm going to say to you guys, the one thing that is for certain in all of this, for the science will save us crew, you want to rethink that? Look, there's always this battle between men of science and men of faith. The two don't ever seem to blend with one another. Men of science don't understand how men of faith can believe something that they can't see, and men of faith can't understand why men of science are held in such high regard when they're wrong all the time. I personally am a man of faith. I don't necessarily, look, I swear, I don't necessarily show it at all times, but yes, I'm a man of faith, and I don't necessarily always agree with the scientists, but they've been pretty poor in their performance, especially in this one. I think we're awful lucky that this virus is not a planet killer. Because if it were, we'd be dead. And why are so many of you? I point this out, and then I get like hate thrown at me. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Like bricks thrown at. I got to wear a helmet when I rip on the experts. Why? Why are you guys defending them so much? Why do you give them the largest excuse book in the history of mankind? Everything they do comes with an excuse. Oh, this is tricky. Oh, they don't know. Really? Seriously? What would happen? Let's use this as an example then, okay? What would happen if it were an asteroid that were on path to collide with the Earth. A planet-killing asteroid was going to kill us all. And these buffoons were out here like, it's going to do this, it's going to do that, oh, it'll change this, oh, we don't know, maybe you put a mask on, oh, I don't know, we can't do that either. What? We don't have time for you guys to figure it out. We got this amount of time and we're all going to be dead. It's not acceptable the way that they've failed in this. I'm sorry. And speaking of which, that leads us directly to the biggest problem in all of this. And that's the next time that one of these guys creates some crazy virus in one of their laboratories and it somehow gets out. Maybe that one is the planet killer. And because of how poorly they performed in this one, a large percentage of people aren't even going to listen to them on what to do. Not that they'd have any of the answers if they follow suit on this one. Gotta love the scientists. They've got the power to create the Frankenstein monster, but the inability to contain it. Thanks, experts.